Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to recreate this look that I personally recreated. If you guys know who Lilly Ghalichi is, and if you don't know who she is, go look her up because she is drop dead gorgeous. So I'm personally not signed up for those makeup classes, but I do follow her on Instagram because, come on, it's her. So one of her makeup classes the other day, it was actually with Patrickstarrr, who's also here on YouTube and all that stuff, and he's the makeup artist himself. So they did this look on her, and when I saw photos of it on Insta, I was just like, oh my gosh, like I love that look. Mainly because it has a purple eye, and I obviously love purple on the eyes. And just a little side note, for those of you that have green eyes or hazel eyes like mine, purple is just so complimentary and flattering on you. It really brings out your eye color so much more. So the look they had on, and I'll show it to you here, is this one. Hopefully you guys can see it. If not, you can see it on her Instagram. And I just loved it so much. And I love that she has a certain style to her makeup. So I really wanted to try and recreate that look, and so I did it. So if you guys want to see what I use and how I recreated this look, then of course just keep on watching. So first thing, to start off this look, I of course have to move my hair out of the way because you can't work properly when you have a whole bunch of stuff in your face. The first thing we're going to do is prime our eyelids like always. I am using my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. Nothing new here. You guys know I use this every time we do a look. Then we're going to take a Maybelline gel liner. This is the Blackest Black gel liner from Maybelline Eye Studio. I'm just putting this on as a base. I really love this eyeliner, not only of course for its intentional use as an eyeliner, but the fact that you can use it as a really great cream base. So I'm going to be taking this onto my bottom lid, starting from the very bottom of my lashes, getting really close to the base there, and then taking it up all the way into the crease. What this is going to do is just really help the purple just be all that more vibrant and make it just pop even more than what it would on its own. Once we've laid down that base, I'm going into my Urban Decay Electric palette and taking the shade Urban. This is just your pure purple, and it has such a nice metallic sheen, and just pressing that over onto the areas where we had that cream base or the black gel liner. Then using my Anastasia Artist palette, I'm taking the shade Dusty Rose, and with a small crease brush just really going over those edges and making sure everything is nice and diffused. Then taking the color Punch Fuchsia, which is a brighter purple, has a little bit more pink in it than Urban did, and just packing that right onto the first half of our lid. Then going in with the Bobbi Brown eyeshadow. This is in the shade Camel. I love this color as a transition color. I am taking that on a big fluffy brush, and again, just really making sure that edge is nice and blended out. And then going in with a smaller blending brush and just really focusing that on the outer corner of our crease. Then going back into the artist palette, I'm taking the color Coal. Use any black matte shadow would work too, and just packing that right onto the outer V of the eye, and then going in with that same blending brush and just making sure it is nice and blended out. This gives our eye more dimension instead of being flat. For the face, I'm using my Maybelline Master Prime and making sure to just really smooth out all over my face and really focus on those areas that I tend to have larger pores. For my foundation, I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is the matte and poreless version of it. I am using the shade 130 Buff Beige, and I'm using this and taking this all the way down to my neck because my tan is wearing off, so it's starting to look a little patchy down there. And I'm using this in circular buffing motions to get a more sheer coverage with this. This is a more full coverage foundation, only because we're going to be cream contouring and highlighting. I don't want too much product on my face. Then to take care of any little breakouts that I'm having here, I'm just patting over my NYX green concealer and going over with that same foundation brush to blend it in. Then taking my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, this is in the shade Light Neutral, I believe, and just putting that all over on the center of my face for my cream highlight, and then mixing it with a little bit of MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC15. So I did this because one, Lilly Ghalichi always has that really super bright highlight, so I wanted to mimic that as best as possible. This personally for me on a regular basis, or I typically wouldn't go as bright as this, but for this look I really wanted it to just be totally Lilly. Then I am cream contouring using my Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation Stick palette. I am taking the color Almond and just making sure to work that into the hollows of my cheek. And I'm taking this onto an e.l.f. stippling brush, which is new to my brush collection, and I'm really liking it because it blends out the cream contour really well. And then also just taking that along my hairline and the sides of my temples. These are the only places I am cream contouring for this look because that's the only place I feel needed the extra definition. Then baking my under eye area and letting that set, I am going to do my brows off camera really quick. Once I've already dusted off the excess powder from baking, I'm going in with my banana powder from my Anastasia contour kit and just setting all the areas of my face where we put our concealer. Then taking my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, I am just going to use this to set the areas that we used our cream contour. Then for added definition, I am taking the shade Java from the same contour kit, and with my Sephora 56 brush just going over the hollows of my cheek and just really focusing the color of Java on the temples. This is just where I want the most definition and strong contour. And then of course contouring my nose to get a slimmer appearance like Lilly's. And then moving on to blush. I am using my Milani Baked blush in the shade Berry Amour. And then for my highlight I am taking Mary Luminizer from the Balm, and taking this, I'm doing a new technique and method here. I'm using this with my Bobbi Brown Eye Blender brush since I do have an extra one, and I figured let's give it a go to see how it applies highlight, and I really love it. So I am packing on the highlight everywhere I possibly can and just highlighting to the gods and really making sure to hit the high points of my cheeks, Cupid's bow, the sides of my forehead, and also a little bit on my chin, and of course down the bridge of my nose to get an insane and intense glow. And then to finish off the eye look, we're going back in with that same Maybelline gel liner and just making sure to line our waterline. And then while we're lining that bottom lash line, also don't forget to tight line those upper lashes as well. Then taking a MAC 2, I forget the name of this brush every time, just pressing up Kohl shadow again up into those lashes, and then using a smudge brush to apply Urban once again to the bottom lash line just to bring that color all around the eye, and then taking a pencil brush and then applying Punch Fuchsia again just to meet that color on the bottom lash line so we have an even flow of color and all that jazz. Then to add an intense inner corner eye highlight, we are using Bobbi Dazzle from Urban Decay Vice 3 palette, and I'm going so out of frame. And then taking that same shadow and placing that just really carefully just at the highest point of our brow bone. For lashes, I'm using my Red Cherry 605s and Ardell Double Ups in 204 layered. For the lips, I am using oh by the way, don't forget to coat your bottom lashes and top lashes with any old black mascara before you pop on those falsies. Anyways, back to the lips. I am taking my NYX Mauve lip liner and just making sure to outline the natural shape of my lips. You can overdraw them slightly, I kind of did here. Then taking my Anastasia lip gloss in the shade Undress. This was looking just a little too nude for my liking. I want a little bit more warmth and peachiness. So I did go back and add in a Rimmel London matte lip cream. This is in the shade Atomic Rose. I talked about this on my Snapchat. So if you're not following me on there already, then make sure to do so because it's fun, I promise. But this pretty much brings us to the end of this tutorial. This is a completed look. I hope I did it justice for Lilly Ghalichi and Patrickstarrr, and I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and share. I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye!